What is this video? I just saw this posted.
So that was basically it for their, their main big slide. But if you look at the segment results, this is where, $789 million from Activision, $433 million from Blizzard, $363 million operating income. Oh, just over half of that.
I'll never forget the day that we got acquired by Activision Blizzard and the day that King got acquired by Activision Blizzard. When King got acquired by Activision Blizzard, they came into the office and they gave us Oreos. They gave us Oreos covered in chocolate with the King logo on them. And I was just like, Candy Crush poggers. I was like, I love Candy Crush. I love Candy Crush. I was like, this is the best. Why are you guys weird champing me for saying we? By we? I mean MLG. I mean the company I worked for. Or weird champing me for I like, yeah, I worked at a company. There was more than one. It wasn't just me. Go figure. Yeah, they look, as much as you guys would like to believe Activision Blizzard spent millions of dollars acquiring a company, they didn't do it just to get me. I had an actual job.
For Blizzard.
Yep.
Ouch.
Not good.
These operating margins, which of course does make sense because Blizzard has got a lot of its spend tied up in development.
How are the Blizzard bathrooms? I'm used to, like, I'm a streamer. I'm used to working on camera. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I look, you guys got to understand, when I worked at Major League Gaming, right? Which was one of the best companies that I could have ever worked for, right? They were fantastic. A lot of the success that I have today is because of MLG and the people who I met at MLG. We were acquired by Activision Blizzard, and it basically didn't change anything besides the fact that when we bought lunch, we would go, "Thanks, Uncle Bobby," and they would use the company card. Like, my boss would use the company card, and we would all go, "Thanks, Uncle Bobby," and that was pretty fun. Also, Bobby Kotick came into the office one time, and Bobby Kotick was super nice to me. Bobby Kotick looked around the office and he goes, it was kind of a shithole. And he goes, "I'm so sorry that you guys have to work in here." He goes, "We're going to get you a new office. We're going to make sure that it's cleaner. We're going to make sure that you guys are comfortable. I'm like, really sorry that, like, you're," and he was like, "And until we get you a new office, we're going to get you guys, I'm going to get you guys food every single day. Lunch is on me. Get whatever you want." And basically he gave us all company Seamless accounts. And we could order whatever we wanted. And I think it was like a decent amount of money that it was capped out at. And I was pretty poor back then. And I would min-max the food. So I found this one place that you could order, like, whole fish from, like cooked fish, like with the bones still in. And I would order like 3 fishes a day. I'd take them home and I'd just eat fish. Literally, there are pictures of me that people would take of me, like, holding whole fishes. And I'd be like, "Thanks, Uncle Bobby." Yeah. I would literally buy, like, I would just eat whole fish every day. I found a place that you could just order beans from, and I would just have things of beans that I would stack up. Yeah, there was this Cuban restaurant where you could get, like, basically catering. Like, "Thanks, Uncle Bobby. Thanks, Uncle Bobby." My experience at Activision Blizzard, like, when they acquired us, it started off pretty good. I'm trying to think how many years ago it was. I met Mike several times, and he was always really nice to me. Bobby Kotick was always very nice to me when he came in. For the most part, it was business as usual. Then Jab I never really interacted with, but I mean, there's no reason not to say it now. I mean, I just heard through the grapevine how much he hated me a lot, you know. So take that with a grain of salt, right? It could not be true, but yeah, whatever. I mean, look, the last time I got fired, I totally deserved that. I did deserve the last time I got fired, but the first time was really ridiculous, and every other time was pretty ridiculous. So yeah. Jeff Kaplan, I never met him. Like, I didn't work in the Blizzard offices. Like, I didn't actually work in California. And then I got laid off. My like entire department got laid off in New York right before the big layoffs happened at Blizzard. And then I got hired back and I was a contractor and the whole 9 yards. Did you ever meet Metzen? No, Metzen was already gone by the time I started working. Like, there are a lot of people who I never met at Blizzard, you know. I was very focused on the production side. How was Sundance? Sundance is the fucking man. I hope Sundance is doing well. I haven't talked to him in years, but Puckett is the reason I became on-screen talent. Puckett was I've told this story before, so I won't tell the whole thing, but Chris Puckett was getting married while we were doing Rocket League, and Puckett basically said, "Hey, does anybody know any New York-based talent who could cover for me?" I said, "Chris, I'd really like to try." And he said, "Yeah, go for it." And I hosted Rocket League, and then Chris was like, "Hey, dude, you did a really good job. You should keep going." And he's basically like, "You're hired. Keep going." And that's how I got the job. You remember when MLG had exclusive streamers? Yeah. That was when Rice Gum knew more than 6 words. You remember that guy? Back then, when Rice Gum was streaming on MLG .tv, he had like a vocab of like, I think he knew at least 105 words. But yeah, he really put it all out there, and over time he really forgot. But yeah, it was Rice Gum, Nade Shot, and Seth, or Scump rather. Who else was on MLG.tv? The thing with MLG.tv was it ruined Call of Duty on Twitch. Like, it really killed the directory. But it showed that if you get a few of the big dogs, you spend a lot of money, you own an OTP, you're going to make money, and you can strangle out an entire directory. Like, the thing that surprises me, if Facebook right now paid shitloads of money, I'm saying shitloads of money, and really overvalue, like, nobody's gone big dick enough. Like, you have to overvalue, like, streamers of my size, you know? Like, you would have to overvalue me. You would have to overvalue everybody. But if you went for every directory and offered so much money that people couldn't refuse, and in one fell swoop as Facebook, Mixer though, yeah, but Mixer got like 2 or 3 people. Like, that's it. If Facebook actually got full directories and got the entire website, they could probably pull it up. The problem with Facebook is the discoverability is just so bad. Let's look at Mixer. If Mixer was like a genuinely good website and they just bought out all the streamers, they probably would have won. I genuinely believe that. Because what the thing is if you actually just transplant everybody onto a different website, you could probably keep the same culture too. Like, if you can basically make Better Twitch TV roll over and you can keep all the same shit, you can probably win. I hate how there's a face to you on Facebook. Yeah, that shit's fucking weird. Nobody wants that. Yeah, the only cool thing about Facebook right now is the fact that there's no DMCA. That's the only, dude, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, like, Coomfart 420's actual name. I want Coomfart to come into my stream and hit me with a couple little W's and be like, "You fell off, bitch. Like, the hood watches Aiden now." That's like, I don't want to know you. I want people to fucking relax. Like, I think it's just better for everybody. Like, I don't need to know. I don't need to know that your name's Jeff and that you're bald. You know, I like, just fucking come in. Give me a fucking few little W's. Enjoy the show. Let me know that you're enjoying the show. I got everything I need. You got everything you need. And you know what? You can say a couple creepy things, and as long as it's not hurting anybody, you know, we'll let it slip by. KPI. I like how 420 me's adding Coomfart right now. Like, your name's any better. Okay, buddy. Okay. 420 me's like, yo, Coomfart, where you at, you loser? Weird name. Okay, bro, I see you. I see you. Yeah, man. It's just one of those things, like, that there's a fundamental dissonance to the idea of Facebook being a good streaming platform. Streaming platforms are good because we can just chill and be weirdos. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's as simple as that. Nobody wants to like come on and be like, oh yeah, like oh man, like imagine all the moms where it's just like they're watching the stream and they're like, man, this streamer is hot, and then their kids in the chat like, mom. Twitter streaming? Oh no, that would be toxic. You want to talk about toxic? That would be fucking toxic. Holy shit, man. That would be fucking toxic. That would be really fucking bad. But yeah, no, I think about it this way. How much money do you think a streaming platform would make over time? If you genuinely bought everybody and you left all of the hot tub streamers, and you left all of the gambling streamers off the platform, and you had the right people who had the right connections, you would be able to outpace ad revenue, right? Like, I don't have any problem with gambling streamers or hot tub streamers in theory. But what does happen is they do cause me to make less money, because when I hit the ad button, there aren't going to be ads to be served. There aren't going to be, there's not enough inventory. The CPM is going to go down over time, because most legitimate sponsors do not want to be associated with that. And it's hard to sell around it when it's on the platform, right? So I do dislike that type of content for that reason, because I do like money, right? Now, a lot of the people who make that content, I have a lot of respect for, and of course they're not going to care. They care about a different CPM than the CPM that I care about, right? And they are farming that KPI. They are doing a fantastic job with their CPMs. Trust me, because man, I've had whoo. But yeah, now you cannot expect, unless you're Hassan and you believe in communism or whatever, you cannot expect somebody to not make their money that's right there on the table for them for the good of the website. They shouldn't have to. That's the website's job. Like, look, this isn't, I don't want to single target. I don't want to like target anybody, but I genuinely think like the smartest streamer on Twitch, there's a person who I think is the smartest streamer on Twitch, and the content that they make is very much meta pushing, and not the most brand friendly content. But I think that they are one of the smartest content creators that exists. I really respect them. I'm not going to lie. I watch their stream. And even though there's not a direct parallel, I learn things about making content by watching this person. And it helps me fall asleep. Now that content is not going to help the platform make money off of ad revenue. It's just not. When I actually think ad revenue is the future. It's genuinely the future of good income for streamers. Especially if we ever move off the platform, right? And subs are less of a thing. Not until we have separate adult ad. I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying, right, Slash? Run an ad? Dude, I've needed to pee for a while, and contractually I should have ran an ad a really long time ago, but I'm not stalling today, so that's why I haven't done it. Germa's one of the best streamers on Twitch. That seems a little bit random right now for what we're talking about, but I have heard that. I just have never watched Germa. Germa doesn't stream very often, right? Doesn't Germa just do like a really like incredible event and then doesn't do anything and then comes back when there's another like incredible event. Am I correct with that? Weekly? Oh, so actually weekly. Yeah, I've just never. Germa's one of those content creators that's been recommended to me before that I haven't gotten to watch yet. I don't know if I'm thinking of the same person.
Product yet, so obviously its operating margin will be lower. And as I say, yes, reflects investment in product development, and as well as sales and
against rich content, dude. I told you they hated me.
Marketing for Burning Crusade Classic. Yeah, so World of Warcraft revenue grew double digits, although Blizzard revenue fell year over year due to project timing for Hearthstone and lower Overwatch League revenue. Well, that Overwatch League revenue is going to get a bit lower because T-Mobile, State Farm, and Coca-Cola have all pulled advertising. So I'm sure that'll be great. And also very awkward for Bobby, who also sits on the board of directors for Coke.
The Overwatch League was one of the biggest scams that I have ever seen. And as somebody who was professionally invested in esports and it was my livelihood, Archibald, thank you for the 9 months. I had never seen a less responsible, just a more irresponsible cash grab that endangered the well-being of an entire sector. I was scared for the future of my industry when I saw what Blizzard was doing. Like, every single time that Blizzard has tried to touch an esport, they've fucking killed it. They have fucking destroyed it. All the way back to StarCraft. If they never touched StarCraft, I bet you StarCraft would still have an even stronger esports scene. Yeah, not in a good way. Yes, they destroyed it. They pulled it apart like soft bread. At least they got into their esports scene quickly and invested in their esports scene quickly for Heroes of the Storm. At least they did that. I actually think the one thing that didn't get destroyed by Blizzard in like an absolutely embarrassing, terrible way is World of Warcraft esports. I know that you're going to think that that's funny when I say that because it's in such a bad state right now. World of Warcraft esports had legitimately good people working on it for a very long time. And World of Warcraft esports actually was growing and doing quite well in a lot of ways. World of Warcraft esports around the time I started doing it really wasn't a big deal, and we grew it a lot. I had one of the most success. I was producing at the time still, and we had one of the most successful World of Warcraft esports shows that had ever happened on Twitch. Now it's kind of in a bad spot because of it moving to YouTube, which I don't think a lot of people could have predicted was going to happen. But that is no fault of the team who worked on the World of Warcraft esports team. The World of Warcraft esports team, I think, does a fantastic job. I think there are a lot of people who actually do a really good job on the World of Warcraft esports team. The reason that it got moved over to YouTube is because Blizzard needed to try to find a way to make money off of their shit IP of Overwatch League. Yo, Luke, thank you for the Prime. Look, World of Warcraft esports might not have been the biggest esport, but it actually had people who cared about it and watched it. And it wasn't fake. It was organic. Overwatch League, just dog shit pile of inorganic mass where they're just trying to rob people with it. Like, they literally, like, just trying to rob people with it. And they so desperately needed to make money that they had to make the YouTube deal. And now the YouTube deal wasn't terrible for Call of Duty, at least at first. I think they've done a terrible job with Call of Duty, honestly. I mean, Call of Duty, was getting 120K viewers even on YouTube for a while. And now, honestly, I'm pretty sure Call of Duty Mobile gets more viewers for Warzone than that league does, than the CDL does. Yo, Super Dude, thank you very much for 2 months. I could be wrong. I don't pay attention anymore, but I think that nobody does. Franchising is a cash grab that destroys esports. I feel bad for CDL, to be honest. Mia, I put 5 of the best years of my life into that IP. Even though I'm not working on it anymore, I still want it to do well. I still want to see my friends who are involved do well. So trust me, it breaks my heart to see what happened to the CDL. The CWL was such a fantastic thing and such a beautiful thing. One of the best esports to ever exist. One of the best shows to ever exist. It was so organic. It was a real time and place. It was still real. People weren't scared about what they were going to say. Loved it. Franchising kills esports. I actually still don't like, now in Dota, it's been doing kind of well right now, but I'm not crazy about, now it's a completely different situation, right? Because in Dota, they're trying to do it to make a better ecosystem, not a cash grab like Blizzard did. But I actually don't like league play. Like, I don't like having leagues, personally. Now, we'll see how it ends up working out. But I'm not a huge fan. I like the simple minor major rotation. Most people in Dota disagree with me. But yeah, that's where I sit. Because it's easier to miss some and come back. It makes the events when they do happen feel more special. And with league play, so many of the games just don't fucking matter. They don't matter. And that's not really fun to watch. Franchising, though, kicks that up to a whole other level. It's like nobody cares. They suck the soul out of it. You're making your money up front. You're not incentivized to do a good job. The people who invested in OWL were fucking robbed. And you know what? A lot of them probably would have done a lot of good for esports and for general gaming content as a whole. But they got burned because of leagues like this, and now those dollars leave our sector. When there are plenty of people making good products out there. Fuck Blizzard.
Monthly active users, 32, 30, 29, 27, 26.
Not good.
That's bad.
That's not good.
It's the wrong way.
Yeah.
Especially in a world where the whole industry is growing. Like, if the whole industry is growing and you're stagnating, then you're losing. If you're slipping backwards, you're definitely losing. This is not what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun thing. If you think
Sorry, I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing at everybody in chat going, 30 players, oh my god. Good one, chat. Good one. Yo, Sandy, thank you very much for that. 30? You only got 30 fucking players? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, look, Blizzard, I just think Blizzard, they're not going to make a new IP that's going to be good. And they're just going to exsanguinate everything that they have left. It's as simple as that. Yo, God Hoops, thank you, man.
think about it, if the industry is growing and Blizzard are losing MAUs, then where are those users going? I wonder. How about
They're having sex.
any other game, basically?
Yeah.
That's clearly where they're going.
Now, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Call of Duty Mobile and Warfront? Because if you look at these Activision MAUs,
Warfront?
Warzones, Warzone, not Warzones, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this is a flashback to BFA there.
I mean, I would
Warfront?
play Warzone over Warfronts any day of the week. But yeah. So Warzone, the free-to-play Call of Duty Battle Royale experience, Call of Duty Mobile, you can see, I mean, the Activision MAUs used to be in and around maybe slightly smaller than Blizzard's.
Wow.
Now it's a bit different. It's a slightly different story, isn't it?
Yep.
There is a huge shift in mobile right now. Even for content creators. If you're a content creator and you get 1% of the mobile audience to watch you, you're huge. You don't need to activate like a large portion of the audience. The thing is when you look at these AAA companies, of course they're going to focus on mobile. They're going to let Blizzard die. They're going to try to farm some months of they're going to try to farm some months of Blizzard, moving a bunch of experiences to mobile experiences to boost up their mobile numbers, to be able to tell people that they're one of the biggest mobile gaming companies. And then they'll let the Blizzard IPs die and they'll let their more successful mobile games take over. That's what they'll do. It's as simple as that. They'll bleed everybody dry who still is living off like, look, Star Wars can put out a bunch of bad movies. Everybody's still going to go see Star Wars. It's just a brand that's going to exist.
Yeah. So it's no wonder that for Blizzard, they want mobile games. There are multiple mobile World of Warcraft games in development right now. Find out more about those soon. 4 monthly active users.
Thank you, Balance. Thank you for the Prime.
So, right now am 2 monthly active users for Blizzard Entertainment because I have launched World of Warcraft and StarCraft 2. Because monthly active users is not what you think it is. People think this means, oh, there's 26 million people playing. No. So if you log into World of Warcraft once in a month, you are 1 monthly active user. If you then log into Hearthstone, second, you're 2 monthly active users. So one human can actually turn into multiple monthly active users. So that's quite something.
I'm 0. I'm a 0 this month. Fraud, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Yo, Wrathful, thank you very much for the Prime. The thing is all companies fudge their numbers to make them look the best possible, right? And pretty much every company asks the same people how to fudge their numbers. So it ends up being par for the course. You know what I mean? It's literally just par for the course. Like all of the companies get their metrics done by like the same people. So there's if you're not doing it, you're fucking up. That's fine. That's fine. I'm in finance. This is true. Yeah, I mean, most of these people are paying the same top end firms to do it. Look, numbers are scams pretty much every single time. Look at like Nielsen. Not to insult anybody who like works for Nielsen, but I mean, you're literally paying them to give you the stats that you want. They have an interest in making you happy. You're their customer. Just think about how people get the money, how they get paid, you know? And then think about the fact that like all of these companies are, you know, they're going to go to the same professional place to get it done.
Certainly. I mean, look, that's going to be the same for Activision and stuff.
Yeah.
But all that just means is Blizzard's numbers do look a little bit worse. And you said that you'd found those numbers about the 10 million MAUs for Overwatch in October of 2020. Which, you know, if that is, let's just say, down to like a 7 or 8 million now.
Angel Slices, thank you for the Prime. I mean, think about it this way, though, with numbers. Like think about it with numbers. Like, there are some things that are just so tricky to parse that it's not wrong that companies do it this way. There's actually like a right way to do it. Like, for example, how many people here watch Asmongold's stream as well as my stream? Put a 1 in the chat. A lot of people, right? A lot of people. Now, if I was going to express to like a sponsor for Allcraft, you would give the Allcraft numbers, right? But if they ask to see my numbers and they ask to see Asmon's numbers and they ask to see even like his alt channel's number, you're not really going to see where the overlap is, right? So the thing is, you know, most people are okay with that. Most people understand that. You say that they come from the same community and you just show the unique numbers for each person, right? That's like a white hat version of this. So like that's just common practice, right? You say, this is what this person's audience is. This is what this person's audience is. And you say if there's big overlap, or if there isn't, but you can't really assign a value on it because you don't really have those metrics. You know what I mean? You can show them like the Twitch map, right? Like the Twitch map has me super close to Asmin, and then like Aiden Ross is on another sphere of reality. There are some numbers like that where, you know, Blizzard might just not have full vision into different KPIs with how stuff's tracked. And there is actually, look, I'll shit on Blizzard when they deserve to be shit on. With things like this, most things are industry standard. And if they're not, people aren't going to make a deal with you. You know what I mean?
I guess, well, based on how MAUs are counted, like how many of those people also play WoW? Who the hell knows? Just messy, but certainly not what we want to see. And then, yeah, if you look at this in the graph, you're like, oh, Overwatch, oh, yay, success. We got WoW Legion, we've got Overwatch. It's all happy, and oh dear.
We've not released any content, and all our users have run away. Whoops.
Yep. Indeed. Now, there is the other stuff with, Bobby announcing the changes, talking about Adam being there working in the incubation unit at Blizzard. Basically just Bobby reiterating their statements. Now, the core employee issues have not been met. People are not happy with, say, Wilmer Hale being the law firm that's been hired. But yes, Bobby also went to talk about that. In terms of the other things, two WoW mobile games. I think that was the other thing we'd gleaned. And they said a very intense 18-month period of releases that was kicked off by TBC Classic.
Yeah.
Which means TBC Classic, patch 9.2, or sorry, one, then 9.2, or maybe there's one 9.1.5. We don't know yet. And by the way, I'd really like to know soon. Yeah. What's going on? I think patch 9.2 will be the final major patch anyway of Shadowlands, and I think they will then want to do a 10.0, probably along with...
Yo, good one, Tommy. Motherfucker comes to my chat. Rich, it was super fun making out with you the other day. Tommy. How you doing, Tommy? How you doing? Tommy Bolognese, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you.
With one or two of these mobile games coming out. Because, they can only be developing these WoW mobile games for so goddamn long before we see something, right? And we've been hearing about this shit constantly for years.
I actually have a big think on that one.
Oh, shit.
I think that they are still scarred by the Diablo Immortal problem.
Bambi,
and I think that what they're going to do is wait until they release Diablo Immortal in the West, see how the monetization works, see how that pans out reception-wise, see what that does for overall MAUs and stuff. Then they'll have Warcraft mobile games ready to go. But they'll wait and see if they need to make any changes in their marketing strategy for that. Because, they'll want people to be like, okay, here's Immortal. It's a good game. It's fine. Enjoy it. Then they can announce their Warcraft mobile games and then tie them into a Warcraft expansion to try and bring the whole Warcraft IP up in one big push straight back up to the, the heights where it was before. Because I feel like if they release a Warcraft mobile game when the actual base game, the MMO is kind of on a downturn, they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. And I think if I can see that, I think they could very easily.
Yeah.
So I expect Warcraft mobile stuff to be announced late next year after Immortal. Depends. If Immortal's a massive flop in the West, then they might, try to sneak them out under the radar or something, or rethink them. But that's my thought anyway.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. They really just know You do mobile, you can get your MAUs up so much, and mobile can convert so well. And like, your person who buys all the store mounts engages in all of the additional player investment opportunities. They're going to get the mobile game, and you know they're going to swipe them.
Yeah.
No.
Leave me alone, dude. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop making fun of me. I just like playing games on my phone when I'm pooping. Nah, I mean, look. Here's the deal. There's a reason. There's a reason that mobile games are doing so fucking well. There is. And you know what audiences it's doing really well with? The new audiences. Because they're on their phones all fucking day, desperately trying to find happiness with every fucking Twitter refresh. It's going to be the sickest generation to ever live. My heart breaks for them because it's not their fault. Addicted to dopamine and the internet. Straight out of the fucking womb. It literally breaks my heart. It's just the world's not natural. It makes me sad. But they're on their phone. It's all they know. They're spending money. And you know who else is spending money? Us boomers. Because we gotta fucking work. We gotta work all day. We're gonna work all day. Boss is coming around checking for the TPS report. He's looking at my screen. Why the fuck is this ball? Oh, not Bellular. I was gonna make a joke about Asmon being on the screen. I'm sorry, Bellular. I did not mean to call you bold. The thing is, they can play on their phone. They can play the games on their phone, and they can be distracted while they're traveling. They can be distracted on their commute to work. And you know what? When a lot of us get home, we want to be home. You know? You get home from a long day of work. What do you want to do? You want to find a way to avoid your kids? You want to pretend that you and your wife are still in love? But yeah. You don't want to play video games, right? Rich, you're a millennial. Hey, man, I've only been streaming for 1 month. ERP with Catboys. Maybe. Yeah.
There'll be major cha-chings going on with the old cash register.
Yep, credit cards
on the App Store, right? So they know there is a section of their audience that is just like, what's that? I can spend the price of a full video game for a mount. I mean, if they get a mobile game with a well-constructed funnel into the hands of that person, they're going to make a lot of money. They know that shit.
Yeah,
they know that shit. So that's mostly what's going on with Blizzard. It's that thing, perpetually. The good times are just around the corner. Our MAUs will be totally good next year. Totally. And for the staff, they're like, okay, cool. Well, you know, seeing as so much of our
They actually are big enough, though, that they can jack up MAUs and continue to make a lot of money. Like, it is as simple as that. Like, they can just continue to jack up MAUs. Just release a new box. That's it.
Our compensation gets to be reasonable after the bonus that is based on the company's, intake. I'm sure they're thrilled about that. Now that said, in fairness to them, Overwatch 2 probably going to sell gangbusters. Diablo 4 probably going to do the same.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I do think there are good times coming. They're just so far away, feeling for a lot of these staff. That said, I would not be surprised if it was 2022 Overwatch 2, 2023 Diablo 4. I think that is what it will be. And then new IP after that. Alan Adam actually did mention, the new IP and the new development pipeline that they've been building and all that stuff. And it's like, I think about, say, Craig Amai. Craig Amai was one of the people who worked on the artifacts.
Wait, this isn't an intro. Why are you guys saying 4-hour intro? I've already done a quest and stuff like that. This isn't an intro. I don't know why you guys are considering this an intro.
For Legion. He left the World of Warcraft team. He still is employed at Blizzard. I have to imagine he was doing something.
just sitting in the back, but like, should I do some work today? Nah, I'll wait another couple of years. I mean, definitely like.
You done with Final Fantasy
Yeah,
today?
so
No, I'm doing this before
that
I
is,
play Final Fantasy.
How does that, I think? Unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, I think the only thing I would maybe want to bring up about this earnings call in general is something that fucking hell. Christ.
He's being human.
Yep, that's what you get. I just inhaled what seems to be a bit of dust. Very good. 1 second, sorry everyone.
I used to do that all the time in college.
Oh Christ.
Where did I put my water?
Yes, so as I was saying, Bobby Kotick said something in the earnings call about the pay for their employees, and saying how they always try to make sure they're paid competitively across the industry, and I just laughed at that. First,
No. They do until you start making too much money, and then they lay off and they hire a new guy.
time I read it, I just went, we've literally seen numbers. We have seen what you pay people versus what Riot, like a couple cities across, pay. Could you please stop just lying to your investors? Like,
I feel like there could be difference between Blizzard and the other Activision Blizzard.
of course.
Because I have heard 1 or 2 things of Blizzard trying to rectify this problem. Perhaps they've realized that if they can't hire good staff, they might not have a company.
Yeah, that was a good watch. That was a good watch. I enjoyed that.